Can you hear that? It's me, Returnofwilderness. I'm not sure what else you were expecting. Paranormal activities? Moving on, we will be talking about the throne of Miscellania, which is one of the few ways you can make AFK or passive money on this game. And I used to do this on not 1, not 2, not 3, but, wait for it, 6 accounts. I did this when the prices of the resources you got were a lot higher than how they are now. If you look at nests, they've been crushed. If you look at maple logs, don't get me started, they've been chopped in half. And that's enough puns for the next week. The Throne of Miscellania can look a little bit daunting, but it's actually really simple. But one of the most important things is the approval rating, which you need to get to 100% and you need to keep it there because it goes down each and every day slowly. So it'll go to like 99%, 97%. And when it goes down, you're missing out on valuable resources, which could be profit, could be the difference between missing out on an extra nest with a magic seed in. So it's important to keep that high. You have to do activities on the island. When I was on all these accounts, every day or two, I'd use a Ring of Wealth, go there, 20 seconds, and then it was 100% again. So I was maximizing each and every day. You don't want to miss out on that profit. So after you've done that, you go to the coffer. I used to put max cash in it, not max cash like 2.1 bill. I'm talking like 2 mil because that's the max cash you can fit in this. Now listen up because this is the most important part. And if you get this wrong, then the whole mission is an absolute fail. If you put all your points into flax or put all your points into fishing and you get a bunch of raw tunas back and some flax from your 2 mil, you're going to have a hard time selling them. And you might gulp when you see the amount of money you've got back after selling them. So don't mess this up. Now, I used to put all mine in the trees because you could get maple logs which started to crash actually, and they were just not really worth the time. But it was like a gamble because the nests you would get, they were guaranteed money. The Sara brews were high in price, and also the seeds would sell for good money too. So it was a win-win with them, and that was definitely the strongest one. So make sure you maximize that slot. And the other one I used to go for was the herbs. And I used to put some in mining occasionally. I used to assess the market and see what was going well. I actually had a friend who introduced me to all of this. He said, why don't you do this on all your accounts? And then we were even speaking about going to the next level of like, you know, let's make 50 accounts. I mean, by the way, the requirements for this to make 50 accounts, it would take you a few months, I think. But we were thinking of like just making passive money on the game. But in reality, when you see the profit we were making, it was only enough to cover really the membership, the bonds. So even though this was great, we often got like a 2 times return on whatever we put in. You know, I remember when he first showed me it, he was like, mate, I've got a way I can legit double your money. I said, okay, I'll give you 100 mil. And he was like, no, it doesn't work like that. So the idea was you are doubling your money. Whatever you put in, when you get the items, you sell them, you double your money. It's a shame that I didn't record every single time I went and did this whole process. I only recorded once, which is the one you've seen today, and that was a 30-minute clip of the whole process. And every time I went and did it, I didn't think of recording because I only ever recorded when I wanted to upload a video or show people what I was doing. And the last thing I wanted to do, you think about it, is tell people to go and do the same thing because their nests would have went down in price because there's so much coming into the game. Herbs would have went down in price, seeds would have went down in price, and eventually there would have been that many people trying to do the same thing as me that it would have evened itself out, and I didn't want that to happen. I don't actually know how good it is these days. I will probably try it out. Let me know in the comments because I do read all the comments. If you want me to do a 2-week trial, and I'll do it on one account, I'll keep the approval rating high, we'll put 2 mil into it and see how much we end up. It does take about 2 weeks though, so if I started it today, you wouldn't get the video for a couple of weeks time. Also, I'd just like to point out that in this clip, I collected early, which is something you shouldn't do, and I never usually did, okay? I cashed out after 4 to 6 days on each account, and there was a lot of money left in the coffer, so each account used up about, I think it was 300 to 500k each, and then in return I got about 5 to 6 mil back. So as I said earlier, it's basically double the money that you get. Usually I would collect twice a month, so every 2 weeks I would go back and then, you know, collect whatever I had, and I'd get 2 or 3 times more supplies than you're seeing in this video. You know, if I invested around 2 mil per account, It's about 12 mil. I'd get like 20 mil plus, 20 to 30 mil in return was the average. Anyways, drop a like on the video if you made it this far, or at least found the video somewhat interesting, and I'll just assume that every single like is because you got to this point, so thank you, you are a legend. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next video when that is. Bye.